90.5 KSJS, Ground Zero Radio. You're still on overload, still going 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm Notorious. He's the Madman, and yeah, it's on. Bring it down a bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
All right. That better?
That's perfect.
All right, cool.
I can work with that.
All right, so, and continuing NorCal Unleashed right now, just heard from 42 Pounds, and
we believe it's called Crossfaded.
All right. I know they're listening out there, so if
Could
we got that wrong, they'll correct us.
Yeah, 42 Pounds is listening, so we got your name right this time, and if we got the song title wrong, we'll 0 for 2 and let us know. We'll take we'll take the hit.
Yeah, and Chaos also in their internal bleeding, and our guests are here. So
finally, too many red lights, too many cars on the streets. Took us forever.
Yeah, we started late.
There's a weekend in San Jose for you.
And then try to coordinate musicians on top of that. It's even virtually impossible.
I know coming in here, I came up to where I normally keep going straight there. I look ahead. Why is there a roadblock up there? What can I think? I'm not turning left. I'm turning right here. I'm getting to my damn station. But we've got blah blah blah.
Pete and John from Mystic Rage.
I don't know. The names just sort of they didn't want to come out, but they were there. Pete and John from Mystic Rage, also from the organization Bands for Bands.
That's right.
And they are here to talk about
Metalfest.
Metalfest, 6th annual.
And this happens next weekend at Memorial Park in Hayward, also known as the Hayward Plunge.
Yeah, right behind the.
Right behind it.
Right behind Hayward Plunge.
Big indoor swimming complex.
It's over 100 years old. I remember when that thing first opened.
Been around a long time, Pete.
I'm looking around. There's a lot of age in this room right about now. Probably haven't seen probably hasn't been this much in here since Dennis Terry did one of his flashback shows and had additional guests other than the two of them.
You were talking about that Exodus album. I have that on album when you're 27 years.
He's got and you have the original artwork.
Yeah, I think so.
We talked about that off the original Baby to Baby artwork.
I think I went to the record release for that. I think.
Wow.
Something like that over the Kabuki with Megadeth open for him. Off Killing Is My Business.
Wow.
God, I must have been like 5 years old.
Yeah, I was about 8 when that album came out.
Those are the days when you remember the lineup. The opening band was No Control. I have no idea who that. I just remember the name. That was a long time ago.
There's one for like all you NorCal completists out there. No Control.
Yeah, No Control. I have no idea. I don't remember them, but.
What about you? I'm starting to feel old now, so let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to present day. We talk about Metalfest. This happens next weekend, featuring a number of bands. We've got Chaos.
Yeah, Chaos is our headliner. They agreed to do it. I had
to
duct tape Jason to a wall for a while, but they agreed to do it.
He finally cracked.
Yeah. I wouldn't think those guys would be hard to convince. Hey, you guys going to do a show? Yes. Those guys will gig, man. That's to their credit. They'll gig around. We also got Star Destroyer, Mystic Rage, Cyanate, Feral Depravity. Let's say Hemorrhage right there, and 42 pounds. I'm gonna emphasize the.
They've gained weight. They were 12 pounds about an hour ago. They've gained weight.
Sorry,
they're 42 pounds now.
then they got hold of the bacon truck and they just gained 30 pounds right away.
Yeah, eating breakfast. That's something you've been trying to do for the last couple hours.
Drinking coffee anyway. I have my 3-egg breakfast before I leave the house, and I hope that gives me enough protein to get through at least till 2. And then I sort of stagger out here, wondering where I can get more food.
You do the Rocky Balboa thing.
No, I actually cook. I actually cook the eggs. Last Saturday was tough. I was meeting a friend from out of town, downtown, but that was at 3:00. So I'm sitting here from 2 to 3, my stomach rumbling. I'm sitting there at 3:15. I'm like, where is everybody? And then I walk inside, I'm like, oh, they've been here the whole time. And I say, yeah, can we get a menu? Oh, we don't serve food until 4.
What?
Oh, boy.
All right, give me a beer.
Maybe you crack an egg in it.
Look, bring me raw eggs. I don't care. Just feed me. I'll pay you.
Something's got to go in.
You should stock up on your canned food there, which is what people can bring over to Metalfest, bring us back on track there.
Captain Segway over there.
I got a million. I told you. All you have to you can segue from anything else. All you have to say is, speaking of. It could be.
It works for us so well.
It could be cockamamie. It doesn't matter. You know. Like by the way, speaking of sandboxes, we got Metalfest coming up here.
Again, it's in Hayward. You got sandboxes in Hayward, so it works.
Exactly.
There's a park on the premises.
It's park.
It's a sandbox.
Park playground, full stage, full sound.
Speaking of stages,
giant bowl full of water.
Got the usual array of sponsors. Are you doing a raffle? Are you doing another raffle this year?
Yeah, we sure are. We have a guitar we're going to be raffling off, and we're having some strings from Cleartone we're going to be raffling off, and I think we might get some stuff from you.
Yeah, well, we'll look around the stash, see what we can dig up for you. I know I mentioned it.
And what we'll do with that is the money we get, we'll get more canned food because it is a canned food drive. We normally do about 6 of the barrels, those big old tubs. I'm showing you guys because it's radio.
Yeah. No, truly,
I got my arms out right now, everyone.
Truly, folks, it is amazing the amount of food that comes to these things. I've been to these things for like the entire day, and I don't know if I'm just not observant, but I don't see a lot of cans coming in. But at the end of the day, I'm like, my God, it's like 8 barrels of food. Where did it all come from?
And
it's amazing.
It is. It's absolutely amazing.
Your generosity, people, is outstanding.
It's a great cause. It's a super cause. All the food goes to the Salvation Army right there in Hayward, and they have a formula. I should really learn it, but one of those barrels feeds X amount of families for like a week or 2 weeks or something like that. There's some sort of formula, and it's excellent. It's excellent, because you don't realize there's people that don't eat. So.
I think actually this last year we did this, but I'm
not one of them. But
in addition to cans, do they accept like produce? Like I know sometimes canned food places will accept sacks of potatoes, possibly oranges.
I know they do at their hub, but we're not accepting. We would like to get canned food.
Yeah, canned food people. So no, and make sure these aren't the expired cans.
It's hard to keep perishables alive all day.
This is true, and you're going to end up with Rudy potatoes,
and live chickens and things like that. But they come, they bring the barrels in the morning for us, and they pick them up in the afternoon. So it will go right to them that day.
All right.
And we're getting a lot of good help from our sponsors and stuff like that. So
good lineup this year. Good lineup.
Generosity from people is just going to be icing on the cake for this event.
All right, let's get back into some music now from the related bands. We got Mystic Rage up for you next from the Revolution EP. This is the title track here on Ground Zero Radio, 90.5 FM, KSJS, San Jose.
.5 KSJS, Ground Zero Radio, and Mystic Rage right there. Revolution.
Right here.
Yes, in studio with us as well. And for those of you who just tuned in, that is Metalfest happening up in Hayward just 1 week from today.
That is correct. It starts at 1 o'clock.
And it's convenient for all you out there, and even for us, because we're preempted next week for I'm assuming this is San Jose State football.
Yes.
So we'll only be going to about 12:30, 12:45.
Go Spartans.
Go Spartans. So we'll
take the Sharks with you.
We'll be at about 12:45. So you can stop listening and then head up to Hayward, and Will Bar will be doing the same. I know I'll be doing the same thing.
Yeah, they can enjoy Spartan sports on the way up there.
Yeah, you can do Spartan, and then when you lose the signal, you can hear something better. Oh, sorry, my outside voice came out again. I always slip up on that.
See, we're gonna get like some kind of write-up from the sports director for that.
Cool.
Darn.
More press.
Woohoo! Publicity.
Anyway, so it's Overload. I'm Notorious. He's the Madman. And we got Mystic Rage in studio with us, helping to spread the word about that good cause happening a week from today. For those of you that want to head up to Hayward,
it's a free event.
Yeah, bring some cans, see some bands.
That's it.
Bring a metal can, see a metal band.
See, that's what it was.
That's exactly yes.
Couldn't quite come to it.
It's one of the great taglines in the history of promoting shows.
Yeah. All right, so we got a quick break, and then we're back with a little more from Star Destroyer. Did you know that adolescents and young adults are at an increased risk for a potentially deadly disease called meningitis? Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends meningitis vaccination for all adolescents ages 11 through 18 years. Immunization may help prevent the majority of cases in adolescents and young adults. Talk to your doctor about vaccination or visit www.nmaus.org. Public service message brought to you by 90.5 KSJS and the National Meningitis Association. You can't really segue from that, so let's just say we got Mystic Rage in the studio.
Speaking of meningitis, here's Mystic Rage.
Speaking of meningitis, how you doing, Pete?
All right.
Yeah, no classy way to go from that to talking to your guest.
Yeah.
He reminds me of a...
Like, I see you scratching over there. You got some of that meningitis?
All right. So, like we said before the break, another band that's going to be over there at Metalfest, Star Destroyer, and I don't really have anything because this is the first time I'm hearing them. So
I've heard the name. Otherwise, then I'm not familiar with the band Star Destroyer. So
we'll have to rely on you guys
give us the background.
Well, Dave Carbon, his brother Steve's a singer. They used to be Carbon, and Steve was in their band, guitar player, and then let's see, who else? A few other guys in the band. Ken's playing bass. They used to be Numbfaced at one point, but this is a whole new lineup. Well, not a whole new lineup, a few different guys, but they've been doing some shows in the Fremont area, things like that. They've been getting out there. Good band, good guys. They just joined the organization this year, but they've been associated with Bands for Bands for quite a while.
Long time.
Yeah.
These names are just like blasts from the past. I don't know them well, but I know the names.
Yeah.
There's probably not a NorCal band like within the last decade that you probably haven't encountered at some point.
Who knows? You know, I posted this on the Facebook last week. I was, you know, I'm doing some cleaning, some reorganization, and some packing up to get stuff out of the room to make room for the new tenant coming in, and I'm moving like dead band CDs out, and I'm like, and I filled up a crate, and I still have more CDs to go. I'm finding band names like Thraxis and Faced and what's the Lords of the Manor, some of the more well-known stuff there. Yeah. I don't even know if they might still be around, but they're in LA now. Hacksaw to the Throat.
Yeah.
All these bands, and it's just like, wow, I can't believe I've been around this long, and then I've actually got more. I think I actually have more CDs of bands that are gone than I have of bands that are still active.
What's that saying that stickers last longer than the bands?
Right?
Yes, they certainly do. Yeah. We had a whole cabinet here that was testament to that.
All right, and before we get to Star Destroyer, for everyone just tuning in, of course, Mr. Grage here to talk about Metalfest happening in Hayward 1 week from today. So
Memorial Park, head on up there, spend an afternoon out in the sun with your friends and family, enjoy some good metal while doing some good with some metal cans for the hungry.
Yes, right. Bring some canned foods for the Salvation Army. It's our 6th annual, starts at 1 o'clock. We have 10 vendors or so up on the top of the hill there, so you can check out some artists and some of the stuff they're bringing out. It's going to be a good event.
Never too early to get started on Christmas.
Exactly.
No.
With good cheer from the canned food and gifts with...
and all the bands will have merch there, too, and we have our Bands for Bands shirts for sale as well. We just get more shirts, so come by and support.
Right, and here's
it's free.
Put that good karma out there.
There's no door. It's a park.
I mean, if you want to pay, you sure can.
If you want to pay, you can donate
to the money back guarantee.
You can donate to the Bands for Bands organization to buy more canned food for the hungry.
Yeah.
Right.
Notorious.
And here's one of the bands you can check out, Star Destroyer, first track from this little 2-track demo we got from them. It's Frank Castlevania. Ground Zero Radio, 90.5 KSJS.
Bless the geeks of America.
90.5 KSJS, Ground Zero Radio, and let's see, a little bit more. We had Hemorrhage, Feral Depravity, and Star Destroyer all in that set. It's all going to be up in Hayward for Metalfest next week, and got Mr. Grage in the studio too.
Yeah, October 13th. I want to thank Hemorrhage and Feral Depravity for all their super promotion work. They're getting out there and flying all the shows. Going to Deftones coming up. They did the Hate Breed. They've been hitting all the shows.
Flyer hounds.
Yeah, we put out 5,000 flyers for the show, and we also put out 1,000 for the Bands for Bands pre-Metalfest show the night before at the Bistro. So we got like 6,000 flyers.
All this flying, it's like 2001 all over again. Yeah. Back when people were flying, you'd walk out of the Wharf Field of the Fillmore, and there'd be like just 20 people with their hands out and a piece of paper, and I'm like, take my flyer.
Well, you know, all the social
days. Are we still getting concrete coffin demos on your car during those days too?
No, but I found about 20 of them when I was cleaning my drawers out last week.
You know, it's cool with all the, Facebook and everything like that, but, physically hand someone a flyer, I think it helps out a lot.
Well, you
has more meaning.
You only reach on social media. You reach the people that you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not as likely to find new stuff.
You're not going to increase the fan base.
I think a lot of bands will send out the whole, hey, check out these bands things every now and then, but and I don't click on them all the time.
That segues right into Bands for Bands.
Speaking of,
yeah, we got a meeting tomorrow, Bands for Bands.
Well
we meet at our store. Hey, another one, Music Depot, 944 B Street in lovely Hayward, California. We meet once a month, so any bands interested in Metalfest or
that's broken now.
Any of our Bands for Bands events, just you got to join the organization. Doesn't cost anything. Just got to come to meetings and support. We got a lot of bands in the organization. All the bands playing: Chaos, Star Destroyer, Mystic Rage, Feral Depravity, Hemorrhage, 42 pounds. They're all 42 pounds. They're all members of the organization.
Bands supporting bands. That's what the scene needs to be about, because you're all out for yourselves and you're all not going anywhere.
It's all about networking, information sharing, and all that type of good stuff.
Remember show trading? Those were the days, weren't they?
Yeah, well, we do that with Cyanate from Reno. We go up and play with them. They come down here and play with us. That's what you got to do.
Are you saying Cyanate's the Cyanate from Reno. That's the band or members of
Dark
Carnival.
Tim MacDonald, the bass player. That's his new project.
That's a wacky band. Well, wacky's not the correct word, but that was a strange band from back in the day.
Oh yeah,
they were very theatrical.
Now, was Wacky and Strange to kind of segue to the Devin Townsend?
Oh,
or was that
Wacky and Strange is Devin Townsend verbatim.
All right.
Speaking of Wacky and Strange, we have some shows coming up.
Go for it.
October 12th, we're playing the Bistro in lovely Hayward, California with Star Destroyer, Cyanate from Reno, and we're opening the show, Mystic Rage. Then October 13th is Metalfest. October 27th, we're going to be playing with Deadvolt, Potential Threat, ourselves, and Hemorrhage at the Annex in San Lorenzo.
Nice eclectic lineup.
Oh, yeah. And then November 2nd, if you want to go out to the Fat Cat Modesto, we're opening for Hatriot. So that's what we're doing right now.
We'll have to add those to the calendar.
Yeah, that should be about the time of Hatriot's album, I think, is coming out in the near future.
Right.
Oh,
we'll have to check on that.
And we're selling tickets to that show, too, if anyone wants tickets.
Give Pete a call.
Hit up mysticrage.com.
Yeah.
Or come out to Badger Man's Metal Fest and do it there.
Yeah, we might bring our tickets.
They might.
All right. I love about bands, they don't have their tickets on them, so how are you going to buy a ticket?
So, music time?
Music time.
Music time.
It's Devin Townsend, latest one, Epic Cloud. Going to go with last track. It's
and
Angel.
they're not on Metal Fest.
Maybe someday.
Someday.
All right, 90.5 KSJS, Ground Zero Radio. .5 KSJS, Ground Zero Radio. Iron Maiden, Wasted Years, Somewhere in Time, and probably like just about every live Maiden record that's been put out since about 86 when that came out. See, is it? Yep, 86. So, and Devin Townsend before that, Angel from his latest Epic Cloud, and he's got another one that's possibly going to be due by the end of 2012. So, all you Devin Townsend geeks out there, get ready for some new stuff. And we have one hand raised in the room right here. All right, I'm Notorious. He's Madman, and we've got Mr. Rage here. And you've been listening to Overload. It got, well, not a whole lot of time left. So again, Mr. Rage, thanks for stopping by and letting everyone out there know about Metalfest happening a week from today in Hayward. Actually, almost exactly a week from about an hour past.
We'll be an hour in right now. 2 bands in right now.
Uh-oh.
and the sweat be on my brow.
Pacing back and forth in the park.
Making sure everyone's moving, doing what they're supposed to do.
Boy, I sure hope we don't get arrested up here.
Every year, it's so funny. Bands know when they're supposed to go on, and there'll be 2 or 3 bands. I have to go find a guy. Oh, he went down the trail. Oh, he's in his car. It's like, oh, man, don't you guys want to play? Be ready.
Gotta get high.
Yeah.
All right, so got time for just 2 more messages, and then probably close things out here on 90.5 KSJS.